Listo?
Listo.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, Wyatt.
How are you?
I am good.
Well, that's good. You're dressed snappy today.
I just got off work.
Really?
Yes.
And so we come to do our work.
Yes.
Our work together.
Yes, exactly.
Tell them about today.
Today is Chips and Salsa Day.
Well, not
chips. I'm
chips.
sorry,
No.
Salsa Day. Now, I do have to give a shout out to my friend Raul from college because he was the one that suggested salsa.
Really?
Yes, and I thought, what an excellent idea.
It is an excellent idea.
That is where it came from, so that's why we're doing salsa.
There's one thing that I missed, though. You know our last episode when we did it on location?
Yeah.
That was so fun.
That was so much fun.
I liked it.
We'll do that when we do breakfast burritos. We've talked about this before.
Oh, have we?
We have.
I
In a
didn't
couple
want to give it
different
away or
episodes.
anything like that.
It's kind of a spoiler alert, kind of not, because we don't know when we're going to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Salsa. You know, we're New Mexicans, so salsa means a lot to us. Perhaps more than it means to you. I'm not sure. You know, I have some friends in Alabama that talk a lot about salsa and stuff like that. So, you know, what we've done is we've taken the grocery store varieties and we've added 4 of our local favorites here. And we'll just kind of give it the old whirl. This is just a plain, by the way, our foundational palette is just a plain corn chip, right? So nothing fancy or anything like that. So our first one is what?
Looks like it is Pace Picante sauce. I'm not gonna lie, Wyatt, I love this stuff.
Well, let me tell you about Pace. You know, I know they make fun of, you know, on the commercials and stuff. A lot of times Claudia uses Pace medium for a lot of the stuff that she does. I've always liked it.
Yeah.
I got in the store brands, I got medium whenever possible.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get white because I'm not going to be some lily-livered gringo, you know. And I didn't get hot because I didn't know what you thought about hot. I kind of like hot, but
it depends because some hot is so overwhelming that I want to taste my salsa. So that's really what we're about here today.
And you know, salsa, one thing I've got to say, I love green chili. I love it on everything. But jalapeno, if I just have like jalapenos on nachos and stuff, it actually makes me ill. I mean sick. I mean like doing disgusting things all over.
That's a real shame.
Well, but I know that these probably have jalapeno in them, but I don't think they have it to the degree where it affects me or anything because I love salsa.
Or they're processed enough to where it's not an
or
issue.
maybe it's the way they pickle jalapeno that makes me sick. I don't know what, but something, eggplant and jalapeno makes me sick. Yeah. So anyway, I promise that if I do get sick during this episode, I'll make sure it gets on camera, okay? So that we'll have all kinds of millions of viewers, not just our normal several viewers from across the world.
I am suddenly doubting our decision to do salsa, but I've gone out to eat with you enough to where I've seen you eat salsa at every restaurant, so I don't feel worried about
and
this.
And Pace,
today.
you know, this is Pace medium, so let's give it a try.
All right, here we go.
Consistency is, I would say, give it a good medium. It's not runny, but it's not solid either or anything like that.
I mean, it's really just tomato sauce with peppers in it and onions, but I just love the flavor of it so much. It is as basic as it gets, and there's something about it I could just eat it with a spoon.
There's a bit of heat.
Yeah, there is a little bit in the medium. I'm surprised.
Well, that's what I like.
Yeah.
I like it. And I think that this, I'm glad we selected this first. First of all, no matter where you're watching, at least in America, you should be able to get Pace at your Safeway or whatever store it is that you go to. But we use it a lot around here. Claudia uses it quite a bit. So this will be our kind of measuring point.
Yeah, I think it's a fair place to start.
Number 2 is my best friend, Paul Newman. Okay.
I'm not too familiar with Paul Newman. I feel like I bought it when I couldn't find Tostitos or Pace.
I don't think I've ever tried the salsa, but Paul Newman is my best friend because one time we were too much. One time we went to a Kenneth Copeland meeting, I think it was, in Fort Worth, driving home. We were going to Bible college, living in Dallas. And I was so tired that we were almost home. And I said out loud, I said, Paul Newman, you're my best friend. And Claudia said, Wyatt? And so I was like driving and dreaming and all at the same time. So since the joke is, first of all, thank God we're alive. Second of all, Paul Newman's my best friend. But this is Paul Newman's salsa. All I know about Paul Newman's products, he's long gone to be with Jesus, but I know that they give a portion, or all of actually their profits, I think, go to charity.
Okay.
Yeah, 100% of the profits go to charity.
Jar.
So I'm always liking that.
It looks different and it does smell different.
It looks more like marinara sauce. It's more the deep red, and it's thicker than paste, and it's more homogeneous, more ground up together, right?
And it tastes like marinara. It really tastes like marinara with a little bit of spice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sure that's salsa?
Well, here's the thing. It's salsa.
Yeah, it is salsa.
And it's medium. And there's no heat whatsoever.
Very, 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 very small.
I would like this on spaghetti. But
100%.
But this is not for
salsa.
Not for chips, not for Mexican food.
But I'm not going to lie, I love the taste of it. Just not for salsa.
It's tasty, but even then it's mild.
Yes.
Very mild. And so
mild, yeah.
I vote thumbs down on the salsa, Paul. I hope we're still friends.
Yeah. You'll talk to him in heaven.
I know, I will.
All right.
Now this is Kroger brand. Medium traditional salsa. There's no indication on the jar or anything like that who actually manufactures this for them. But this is, I think this was like $1.49 or something like that. So this is the bargain basement brand.
Store off-brand paste is what it looks like.
Yeah, it's a little thicker than paste
Smells
again.
like it. I mean, I don't see a bad here.
No, it's a little thicker. Oh. Paste was so far the runniest and thinnest, but very tasty still. I'm a super scooper, everywhere. By the way. I don't know about y'all, but I am a super scooper, obviously.
I like to taste it.
It's a little sweeter.
You get a little kick at the end.
At the very end.
But until then, I think, it tastes like a marinara.
Not as much as Paul Newman. But it's certainly not as, I don't know, it's certainly not as Mexican food specialty as paste. No.
Here, I will actually.
I would spend the extra 50 cents for paste, actually. Would you?
100% yes on that.
So I'm not real into that one. This is head of this. I know two things about this company. They're from Mexico and they sponsor Indy cars.
Well, there you go.
Okay, so gotta love that. Oh, by the way, did we tell them that I actually pre-opened all these bottles because I didn't want to embarrass myself?
And I wasn't going to embarrass you and give away your secret.
Well, I didn't want to embarrass myself on camera, like not being able to open one or opening one and throwing it all over my shirt.
That would have been more likely.
That would have been okay. Now this is very liquid at the top, so I'm gonna shake it up a little bit. Shake it, baby, shake it. Shake it, baby, shake it. Shake it, baby, shake it. Okay. I shook it.
Yes, you did. Oh.
Little bit more consistency like paste.
Yeah.
A little watery compared to those middle two. You're smelling it? What do you smell?
I've been smelling all of them.
What do you smell?
It smells weak. I mean, not like, maybe it's just because it's jarred and, I don't know.
I don't know. It is, yeah. Okay, I got a super scoop here.
Okay, let's take a look here. What we got. It tastes like fresh tomato.
Extremely mild.
And the kick comes in.
I don't get a kick.
I got a little bit of a kick.
And this is...
Yeah, I felt that.
Medium. Salsa Sacera. No, this is mild at best to me.
I honestly like it, but it tastes a little too tomatoey.
It does.
And there's not much of anything else.
This is like a very juicy tomato with spices on it.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Yeah.
I mean, I see some seeds and maybe some onions. I don't know if that's I feel like that, I don't know what that would be. I have no idea. Probably jalapeno.
Not a big fan.
It didn't have enough.
This is
flavor.
La Victoria.
Oh, yeah.
The Victory. Where is La Victoria from? Can you tell back here? Where, did you see an address back here?
Yes. Orange, California.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is some SoCal action here. Okay. SoCal can be good.
Looks like tomato paste.
SoCal's a pretty representative of more Mexico than New Mexico. This looks like ketchup. I mean, doesn't it? You can't even really
like
see
ketchup when you eat it.
Yeah, you can't even really see the.
This is a no-go for me. There's no. If I'm saying something doesn't have spice, it doesn't have spice. I don't get anything on there. Yeah, I just took a bite without the chip.
No.
It's tomato paste.
It really is. With very little else even evident. And this is medium.
Not even close. That's not even close to mild.
No.
No.
So, let's stop here because these are the 5 store-bought brands.
Right.
Okay? Of the 5 store-bought brands, what do you say?
Newman's the second one. This was the marinara one, right?
Right.
Yeah. Pace. Pace is my favorite.
I'd say Pace hands down. And the rest were very, very bland spice-wise.
Yeah.
I'd say even a second, which I didn't really care for much, was the Kroger's. Only because it was the most like Pace, you know.
Exactly.
Boy, Pace,
If you're looking for store-bought, that's the one. And that's the one to go for.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'm actually a little surprised that there isn't more. And there again, I got medium so that we hit some kick if there was any, you know. Now there's going to be kick in the next 4 because these are all local Albuquerque brands, okay? These are well-known restaurants actually that and you know, I'd be interested to know if you're from somewhere else, if you've ever heard or seen any of these on your grocery shelves. I'm wondering what the distribution's like.
Yeah.
Because here in Albuquerque, we buy these brands just as handily at every supermarket, and I mean every supermarket, not a Mexican food specialty supermarket or anything like that.
But a Smith's and Albertsons.
Smith's, Albertsons, yes, absolutely. These are staples. Now this is Los Cuates. Los Cuates is
different.
Well, this for one thing is President Clinton's favorite Mexican restaurant, at least he says in Albuquerque.
Be careful.
Oh yeah, I kind of did that, didn't I?
Yep.
His Air Force One has been known to land in Albuquerque in the 90s just to get enchiladas from Los Cuates.
Because
That's the story.
I hope it's not salsa related, because from what I remember, this is a very, I don't know if you can really see colors here, but this is the darkest. It's like maroon.
It's dark. It's dark maroon.
It looks like barbecue sauce.
There's a chili in Mexico, and I don't know. I don't want to sound like an expert that I'm not an expert in. But this is more of a Mexico kind of a chili, and it's very, very dark. And what this is, I mean, I've had so much of this I can even talk about it. Okay, are you okay?
Yep.
What does that mean? Hot or bad?
There's a reason I don't really eat this salsa.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't taste like salsa to me.
No. Well, it's different. It's very different. And
it's like barbecue sauce. Is a secret ingredient.
That's interesting. This is a sweet and sour kind of a. And I don't know if mole is the word, and maybe it's not. Forgive me if it's not. You Mexican food chefs out there that know tons more than me, but this is just a dark red chili, and it's hot. I mean, very hot.
Yeah.
And sweet, all at the same time. And so it's very interesting. Every time I go to Los Cuates, I get the salsa and I enjoy it. I guess you don't probably, but it's a very different, it's the most different salsa you'll probably encounter.
I agree. 100% agree with that
And
statement.
I imagine because it's so different, it's one of those things where you either love it or hate it. Would you say so? Because I don't really, I'm not so passionate about it. I like it, but I like all the other stuff too, you know. So, but this'll pop water beads on your forehead. This is hot.
It's just not traditional in the salsa sense.
No.
Like when you come to New Mexico, you expect the next salsas that we're going to eat is traditionally what you would expect. This is something completely different. It's in a league of its own.
Yep.
Yeah. Ooh.
Hot stuff. Very different.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the next one is Monroe's. Tell us about Monroe's, Emily.
You know, I was taught that if you don't have anything nice to say, Wyatt, you don't say anything at all.
Well, okay, I'm going to add to that. You used to work there.
And that's why I keep my mouth shut.
That's so nice. Actually, I've met the older couple that own Monroe's. They built a new location on 4th and Mountain that I think is a wonderful location. It's a great menu. They've got a really great keto pork chop kind of a thing that if you're doing keto is just very, very good. And I actually remember the old Monroe's. It used to be on the corner of Rio Grande and Mountain Road. When I was a kid, we used to go get green chili burritos before we would go to Speedway Park to the races. Okay, my dad raced and everything, and we would go there, and their green chili, and it was just plain old green chili and ground beef burrito. Oh, they were so good. And it was an old guy that retired from the Air Force. That was the owner of that particular thing, but it's morphed into more of a sit-down Mexican type restaurant, and
it's very touristy now.
Yep. I'm sorry that you didn't have as pleasant as possible experiences, but Monroe's is a very well-known Albuquerque name, and this is looking much more traditional. It's just a bit thicker than the paste. You can see all the ingredients right there, chopped up, sticking out at you. And
zero kick, very tomatoey. Well, maybe not. I don't know if my mouth is still kind of burning from that last one.
No, but you're absolutely right. I would have expected
more.
Yeah.
I feel like with Monroe's,
very bland.
Is that their menu, since they're so touristy, everyone wants to go. They're pretty pricey, but they don't have the plate sizes and things to back it up.
Yeah.
But I remember liking their salsa a little bit more than I like this.
So you're thinking that maybe they do better in the restaurant than they're offering in the...
I hope so.
This is very meh.
It's tomato.
It's better than
marinara.
It's better than these 3 store-bought brands for sure. But we're talking, I'm expecting a higher level of quality from these New Mexicans.
Yeah.
And,
not so much, right?
Not so much on that one. This is Garcia's. Once again, another iconic Albuquerque restaurant. They have numerous locations.
They have good food.
I love them. Actually, we know one of the daughters of was his name Pete, the owner, father guy that passed away.
I deal with Steve, but I don't know about.
Well, Steve's sister I know is a real strong Christian woman. She came out for our Jack Coe Jr. meetings and took us all to Garcia's and everything. So we kind of know her. I know she's active. I don't know what church she's going to, but I know she's a very active believer, which is kind of a fun thing, Just in other words, there's a personal connection here. We kind of know her. So this is Garcia's.
They have hands down the best sopapillas. Whenever Claudia buys them, she buys them from here.
No, I think La Salida has actually maybe passed.
We're gonna have to do a sopapilla episode, Wyatt.
If anybody knows who they are other than our New Mexico people.
That's true. My family back east didn't know what I was talking about. I think we should, though, and we can do an on-site thing.
See,
again.
I'm voting right now La Salida as the best.
I'm voting Garcia's.
Well, and they're
check it
good.
out.
They are good. Garcia's caters. We've done Garcia's catering at an event or two.
Oh, I like this.
Well, let's see here. Once again, nice consistency, right a little bit down the road. It's a little watery, enough to pour, but it's not thick, but it's not thin. It's nice and red. You can see the ingredients. It sticks to a chip a little bit.
There's a flavor in here that I really like. I can't pinpoint.
Ooh.
Right? What is that?
Yeah, somebody's in there. Something.
I hope somebody's not in there.
No. I mean, no. There's a very nice Mexican food taste to this. They've got a secret ingredient in here.
That's a good salsa.
They've got a secret ingredient.
And for getting it from a jar and having good salsa from a jar, I think is huge.
All right.
Well, finally.
one more to go.
I'm gonna eat that one again.
No, it's really good.
It is.
And you know, I every time we go to Garcia's, every time we go to Garcia's, we munch down on the chips and salsa and everything.
Yeah.
At most Mexican restaurants here in Albuquerque, I don't know if you know, at most Mexican restaurants, when you sit down, they will give you chips and salsa as an appetizer. Just, you know, it's not on the bill or anything like that most of the time, right?
Yes, I'd say 98% of the time.
So that's something we kind of expect.
And they're bottomless most of the time. They're bottomless.
Yep. This is Sadie's. Now, why the big jar? Because I got this from our refrigerator. We use Pace and Sadie's around here, okay?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about Sadie. Sadie's started off in a bowling alley on 4th Street as the kind of coffee shop and everything. And Sadie, that's her name, she became very well known all around town, starting in the 70s, for her green chili cheeseburger. Infamously good. And I just saw a side that just lately they've started doing a Monte Cristo treatment to a green chili burger, and I'm going there soon.
We should go.
Oh my
just
gosh. To go. I mean,
and we're gonna have to do a special episode for just a few minutes.
Well, green chili
just on that Monte Cristo.
But that could be awesome. But Sadie's is another well-known restaurant. Has several locations here in Albuquerque.
Good.
For a while, Sadie's was doing the restaurant at the airport, but for some reason, the Albuquerque airport. This is brand new, so I didn't know there was this thing. For a while, they were doing the restaurant at the Albuquerque International Airport, but restaurants just don't do very good at the airport.
What I really like about Sadie's is they're a little pricey, but their portion sizes and their food quality back it up. There's a reason why this is a real tourist attraction.
Sadie's kind of bakes their stuff a little bit. It's kind of baked, kind of like Tomasitas in Santa Fe, and so that's kind of their style. I knew Sadie personally. She was my friend. What happened is, the reason I met her, of course, I would go in college and stuff and have their green chili cheeseburgers at the bowling alley, but she played bingo. She was a bingo player, and for the last year of my college, as I was finishing up, I worked at a bingo joint here in Albuquerque. It was the Italian American War Veterans Association. Who does that tell you owned it? But it was a marvelous experience, wonderful, and I met so many people, but I was Sadie's favorite card salesman. Right, you know, when you play the specials and everything, and so she would never. She got to, you know, I was going there anyway, but she got to the point where she knew me, and she would never ever charge me. I would always have to eat for free, because if I didn't eat for free, she thought that wouldn't be lucky for her at bingo. So anyway, and so we were nice acquaintances. And she's gone on to be with the Lord many years ago. It's her family that owns the restaurant now. But Sadie's is a kind of an iconic place here in Albuquerque.
I just got it all over my shirt.
All right, that's what I like. Living the dream.
Yeah, no napkins. How do we not have napkins?
Well, I could get some.
That's okay. I'll just make sure.
Who knew that we would be this messy?
I had a feeling I
Have
would
we
be.
have we ever been messy before?
Yep, every time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Whew,
Let me tell you something about
that's
Sadie's.
salty.
Well, I shook it, but remember, it's brand new. I shook it.
Whew.
One thing about Sadie's is they don't come in mild, medium, and hot. They're kind of like Tina Turner. You know, it's like they're always hot. Remember how she says that we never do nothing nice and easy? We do things nice and rough. Well, they do things nice and hot. So here's, once again, very typical good consistency that
Yeah.
we've been seeing from most of the New Mexico salsas is pace. We saw that in actually even the Kroger's. Hot.
Yeah.
I love it.
I like that it's seasoned. It's a seasoned salsa in a jar. As much as I like pace, it's not salty,
No,
right?
no.
But that one has some salt.
And you actually taste all the little individual vegetable things.
Yes.
You know, it's like
Whew.
fresh, but it's hot, and I like hot. Okay, I mean, hot is hot. It can even be uncomfortable, but I still like it. So this would be the perfect thing on tacos. This would be great on enchiladas. This would be this
It's
is
good salsa.
well, I knew I would feel this way, and I'm glad that with all these lined up that I kind of validated my feelings. Like I say, this came from our refrigerator. You know.
We're New Mexicans.
Yeah. But oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
But you do you taste the freshness of all the ingredients in this together
Ooh.
and individually. It is hot.
It is hot.
No, it is.
it's
It is.
worth it.
Unapologetically, I'm sure.
All right, so having everything lined up,
Yep.
we already discussed that our favorite of the store-bought was Pace.
Right.
Now, what is your favorite of our local restaurants?
Well, I must say Sadie's is my favorite. If I had to, actually, you would have to tone this down for out-of-staters and
Yeah.
true gringos, okay? You really would have to tone this down. And so if I were to serve my best offering, I would serve Garcia's just because it's yummy good, but it's not as hot as Sadie's. So
Yep.
I would say Sadie's is my favorite. I would say probably Garcia's is second, and then Pace would come in at maybe about third. That's the way I'm feeling here. But like I say, love this stuff, but you couldn't just
Yeah.
fish this over to anybody.
Right. That's why I'm eating chips. My mouth still burns a
Right
little
on.
bit.
Burning.
My favorite is Garcia's.
Favorite of all.
Now, I will say
Excellent.
this. My least favorite out of store-bought and even the restaurants is Los Cuates.
And there again, that's a whole different animal.
Yep.
They would tell you so, I'm sure.
Mhm.
It's obvious they're not trying to be like anyone else.
I
Their
got that down.
their grandma made it different than everybody else's grandma, and so there again, I think you either love it or you don't love it, and you don't love it.
I don't love it.
And that's okay.
That's all right.
And you knew that kind of coming in, I'm sure, because you've been to Los Cuates.
Yes,
So yeah.
exactly.
So this is your favorite.
Yes.
This is your least. What do you
Yes.
have to say about anything else?
I will always go to Pace when I need to buy something for like a party or something.
Yeah. Perfect party sauce.
Yeah, exactly. It's
This is
easy.
and it's probably cheaper than Garcia's or any
Yeah. Well, you can get that size of paste for what we probably paid for the.
Well, this is like $10, más
Is
o
it?
menos.
Okay.
And pace at the same as what, half that?
Probably.
Yeah, yeah.
So here we are. We just tasted not all the salsas, but we selected some of our favorites. So now you have an idea of, depending on what you want to do, what kind of salsa you're going to go for. So you're welcome. because
Absolutely.
My mouth still hurts from that Sadie's salsa.
I'm going to have one more hit of Sadie's as we go. So yes, you are welcome. And you if you're not a salsa aficionado, you better kind of get that way before you cross Route 66 from Texas on the east side or Arizona on the west side or Colorado on the north side. You better get with it. Don't you think?
I agree.
I think so.
We'll see you next week.
Que bueno!